Hello, and thank you again for joining me. My name is Matt, and we are doing another installment of Bringing the Showroom to You. Today, we're going to be talking about Miele and their combi steam oven. So, if you're like me, the combi steam oven, I wasn't sure if it would be around. If I've been in the industry long enough now to I remember when they were newer, and is this going to be a fad? Is this here to stay? And let me tell you, they're by far one of the fastest growing indoor built in appliances, and they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Um, but when I was thinking of steam ovens, and when they first came out, I was thinking, what is this? Like, what do you think of when you think of steam cooking? Can it only do rice? Can it do vegetables? Just potatoes? Maybe it can only do some fish, just like what a steamer can do. Um, but let me tell you, by far, you can do so much more with this unit. Okay, you've always been interested, but what else can it do? Is it really only used for steam? No, it is a full functioning oven. You can bake, roast, broil, and do much more. Plus, there's more additional modes and functions that clients might find useful, which I'll share later. Is it hard to use? Not at all. With the first week or so, or if you plan on playing with the unit before you buy, you'll understand the simplicity and the ultimate control you'll have with this appliance. With special modes like Master Chef, it comes preloaded with over 200 quick start recipes. You don't have to worry about setting the time or the temperature or worrying if it'll come out okay. Let me give you an example. If you're making chicken, it'll ask the type of chicken. Are we dealing with tenderloins, breasts, thighs, and it'll ask you how much you plan to prepare. It'll prompt you with a step by step instruction, including what shelf to put it on, and it really takes the guesswork out of cooking, and you're certainly going to like what comes out on the other side. And let's say maybe it's not chicken. It doesn't have to be chicken. You can do many other proteins like fish, pork, duck, and beef. Personally, I've made beef ribs that were fall off the bone delicious in just 2 hours in the steam oven, and then I broiled them for about 30 minutes to get that nice gristle. I've also made things like eggs, and let me tell you, if you hard boil eggs in here, they're going to be the best hard boiled eggs you've ever had. Um, I'll go into more things that I can do in a little bit. But another question is that I get a lot is, do I need to have a plumbed connection or do I need to have a water tank? There are different models, ones that are plumbed, and then ones with a water reservoir, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. And then lastly, what is sous vide and can it be achieved using this appliance? Yes, so it can be applied. It can be used in this appliance, and I'll get all into sous vide in a little bit. So we're just going to touch on the basics here. So they're built in only. So I know online, or if you Google, or if you see some things on the internet, there's some countertop ones, but the Miele ones are only built in. You either get a plumbed or a non-plumbed water tank. So the image that you see on the right here is just a refillable water reservoir that you just add the water to and then slide it in. Very simple. There's also different kinds of combi steam ovens. There's the XL and then there's the XXL. The capacity and the dimensions and the specs would change. So if you're looking for something a little bit bigger, the XXL. Something a little bit smaller, you just go for the XL. They come in 24, 30 inches. And then there are 4 different design styles. So we're going to go with the Art Line, Pure Line, Contour Line, and Vitro Line. And in 2022 and beyond, Miele introduced the 7000 generation, which introduced the Art Line and Vitro Line. So if you like color, if you like something newer, I'd highly encourage you to check those out. Something that's familiar with Miele users, they have the M Touch, which is by far the most easy to use digital control panel out of any luxury appliance that I've ever used. And they also have direct sensor controls. And then they come in 4 colors. So there's a lot of images here of combi steam ovens, but I'll break it down. So we talked about the XL, the smaller ones are on the left, and the cubic footage of those is about 1.84. And then we have the XXL, which is a little bit larger than 2.5 cubic feet. We can see what the M Touch control panel looks like on the right side on the XXL, and then we can see the direct select on the left. So you can see the differences just aesthetically right off the get-go. You can see obsidian black, brilliant white. So you can see the stainless steel, and then you can also see that graphite gray too. So there is a look and there's a feel and there's a color pattern to match any design scheme. This is by far my most favorite image out of making this entire presentation. It looks good. I wish I could just take it right out of the screen. But today we're going to be talking how to achieve this using the sous vide method. And if you're not familiar with what sous vide style cooking is, it refers to under vacuum in French. And it refers to the process of vacuum sealing food in a bag and then cooking it to a very precise temperature in a water bath. So typically, if we're not using a combi steam oven, this is kind of the way that I've personally used sous vide, and a lot of my coworkers and a lot of people in the industry use to this day. They use this, what I like to call the complicated way. So the step one, you need a vacuum sealer, you need the vacuum sealer bags, and then then you need to seal it. And if that breaks down, you have to get another one. I've been through almost 3 food savers personally. Step 2 is what they like to call the sous vide wand. I've used the one pictured here. That's called the A Nova. It's a good unit, but there is some bugs to it. Step 3, you got to put it in water. You got to put that aside, and then step 4, you have to sear and then finish. So that's the complicated way, and I would say that the Miele way would be a lot easier. So no need for that. All that countertop space or any of that pantry space being used up by small kitchen appliances. The sous vide way with Miele is the easy way. You just seal the protein. They make a vacuum sealer, and I'll get into that in just a second. So you'd seal that up with all your goodies and all your herbs, and then you would hit the sous vide mode. So for a nice medium, you'd be looking at 135 to 144 degrees in just 2 hours. You just adjust the time and the temperature accordingly, like the image I have here on the right. It's really easy, really straightforward. And then you sear it, and then you're done. I did touch up on the vacuum sealer. So as you can see here on the right, on the upper right image, it complements the combi steam right underneath. And then on the bottom is a little bit of a close-up. But it's not only used for sous vide. If you've ever been interested in a vacuum sealer, it's great for marinating, for sealing, or even resealing open packages. It's good for jars, for jarring. And it comes in 24 or 30-inch widths. So it'll complement right underneath that combi steam oven just perfectly. And then this is what I like to call purposeful tech. So Miele does a great job. If and when you have to service your appliance, it does a great job. So on the left here, or on the right here, we can see what I like to call the remote vision control. So if anything were to go wrong with this unit, this feature allows Miele's customer service technicians to troubleshoot the problem remotely. And then on the left, we have this image here of what I've touched on in the previous presentations is what I call the Miele Home app. So things like setting your favorites for those items that you like to make in that combi steam oven, or looking up a recipe or a recommendation that the app has, and also seeing what others are cooking up. And it can also be used for service for techs, which that remote vision would come in handy for. Not to mention the Miele Home app is available for any other Miele appliances that also share the same feature. So like the dishwasher, the laundry, the fridge, it really comes in handy. So final thoughts here with the Miele Combi Steam. Who doesn't like better tasting food? You're going to have better tasting food. You're also going to have healthier food that's faster to the table. It's great for entertaining. So if you like to have large gatherings, you host a lot, it saves time, and it saves a lot of that preparation work, because it is a smaller unit and it'll come out a lot faster. The Combi Steam unit makes a great appliance for those clients who like to host or have parties. What if I told you you could make white rice, broccolini, and salmon all at the same time and have it all come out together? There's special modes within the unit that prompt you to do this specific set to ensure that they're all done together at the same time. It'll even tell you when to put this in, and then when to put the broccolini in, and then when to put the salmon in, so it all comes out all at the same time. If your kids, or if your clients have kids, being able to demonstrate how to use it comes in handy, because it's very easy to use. So those kids who like to defrost or make those convenient freezer foods at a moment's notice are important. With the defrost features and having that program like MasterChef, you'll be able to prepare those freezer treats in a snap. It's also really convenient with cooking and cleaning, especially the cleaning aspect. You'll notice with the combi steam, since it does, you can adjust the moisture humidity between 0 and 100%, so you can use full steam. You'll find that there is some water, so just having like a towel, it's really easy to clean and maintain. And then my last kind of comment would be the reheating. So let's say we made a great dinner, we used our combi steam, we made some salmon, we made some veggies, or chicken, because you can dry out chicken. You don't want to put it in the microwave because it's going to stink up everything, it's going to dry, and it's not going to come out the same. So having that better tasting food, especially that healthier, better tasting food, by reheating it with moisture, it's going to come out just as good the second time as it did the first time. Also, there are other modes that I find clients that like to host a lot, or like to bake a lot, like to use as well. So there's defrosting cycles, there's disinfecting, there's proofing, there's browning, there's drying, there's blanching. You can even warm hand towels in there. So there's a lot that you can do with this machine. The Miele combi unit would qualify for the rebate and promotion. So if you get the refrigerator or oven in range, this would count as that oven piece. So this serialized unit would check that box off for these up to $1,800 in savings. So if you're looking into a Miele suite of appliances and you have them all picked out, what I find really helpful is we offer something called constant care delivery and installations, and nobody else is doing something like this. This is tailored to you, all done first party. So let's say you lock in the appliances, you're going to get a dedicated constant care premier installation project manager who's going to be with you every step of the way. If you have any questions, emails, they're going to be right there for you. You're going to get 2 executive pre-sites to make sure everything is prepped and ready to go ahead of your installation date. You're going to get your own in-house factory authorized installer. Let me say that again. You're going to get your own in-house factory authorized installers. So you're going to get somebody from Atherton in your home who's been vetted through the manufacturer here to install those appliances. And since we're vetted through the manufacturer, you're going to get an extra year of warranty because we are vetted through Miele directly. You'll get a final fit and finish site visit to ensure everything is perfectly installed to your satisfaction. And then you'll also get a 1-year subscription to Constant Care Plus, which ensures if there's any issues or if you have any questions or something doesn't look right or seem right with the appliance, you'll be able to contact us. My name is Matt Mortensen. I'm the Director of Trade and Business Development. If you would like to talk to me, you can always book time on my Calendly or connect with me on LinkedIn. Feel free to visit our website and schedule a showroom visit if you'd like to come see things or make an appointment with one of our sales strategists. Thank you again, and until next time.